Hello my loves and welcome to my channel Taylor Fitness Ash on the mat. I am Ash, roll out your mat and we'll get started. We are going to do a full body flow today, loosening up the body, dusting off the cobwebs. I'm going to start at the back end of the mat, so you've got lots of mat space in front of you, feet parallel on the inside of the hips and a little bit of softness in the knees. And we'll just start with a few breaths, so we're gently drawing abdominals in, relaxing down through the shoulders, lengthening through the crown of the head, that nice tall spine, and breathing in through the nose, and breathing that out through the mouth. And we'll take just 2 more breaths, in through nose, and out through mouth, and 1 more, breathing in, and out. And with our next inhale, we're going to lift the chin towards the ceiling, opening the throat with an inhale. And exhale, draw the chin down. Let's roll down over the legs. We'll take a moment here, just hanging, feeling the stretch. And then we're walking out the hands with nice flat thumbs, coming into our plank position. We want to push through the palms, push through the fingertips. Keep the shoulders below the ears, so we're not sinking the neck at all here. Let's take an extra breath. And then we're going to draw the knees down gently, untuck the toes, and begin to lower the hips with a little bit of a bend in the elbows here. Once again, opening the throat, taking a nice big inhale. And with our exhale, we'll sit the bottom back to the heels into a child's pose, drawing down the forehead, and just taking another deep breath here. Okay, let's bring shoulders over hands, hips over knees. That same push through palms through fingertips. We're going to take an inhale, reach right arm up to ceiling, and with the exhale we'll thread it through. And then we'll bring the hand back and do the left. Breathing in, we reach left arm up to ceiling, looking up, and the exhale, threading the needle, drawing through that right arm. Let's just do 1 more on each arm. Breathing in, right arm lifting. Breathing out as we thread through that mid-spine twist. And on the left again, breathing in, stretching out, reaching to fingertips. Breathing out as we draw under. And then from here, we're going to come into our V-stretch, our down dog stretch. We tuck the toes under, draw navel to spine, take an inhale. And exhale, lifting up the hips, pressing the armpits towards the thighs, scooping the abdominals up and in. We might pedal a little bit here. Stretch out those lower legs. Just taking a moment, taking a breath. Okay, we're going to walk the hands slowly, gently back towards the feet. Over the legs for an inhale. And using the exhale to bend, rounding up to standing, stacking the spine, 1 vertebra on top of the other. And from here we'll do a few squats. So we're going to do our squats with our arm circles. We inhale to bend. We exhale to lift and circle. Breathing in, reaching. Breathing out, lifting and circling. Inhale, bend. And exhale, lift and circle. 1 more, inhale, bend. Exhale, lift and circle. We'll raise the arms this time for our roll down. Inhale up. Exhale, release the arms, nod the chin down. Back down we come. Big steps out. 3.5 is usually about right. And once again, we're in plank, looking towards the hands, pushing away from the mat, taking a nice big breath there. We'll place the knees down gently, take a seat back on the heels, forehead to the mat. And then we'll draw back into our plank. So let's bring the feet back. And then this time, we're going to take a little lift with the foot, 1 foot at a time. Inhale up and exhale down. As we do this, we want to keep the hips nice and still. Avoid lifting the bottom. Doesn't have to be a big lift with the foot. But shoulders staying above hands, ears staying above shoulders. 1 more on each leg. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower. And let's come back to V. Inhale, exhale, up into V. Down dog. Armpits to thighs, chin tucking under. Taking a breath here. And walking the hands back towards the feet. We'll hang over the legs for an inhale. Exhale, bend, rounding up to standing. Slowly, slowly, head comes up last. And then we'll come back to our squats here. So breathing in, we're reaching. Breathing out to lift and circle. Getting the shoulders a little bit looser. Sending the hips back, so we sort of push back through the bottom, through the hips before the knees bend. Leading with the bottom. Just 2 more. Inhale, bend. Weight nice and even down the centre of the body. Exhale out. One more. Breathing in and breathing out. We're rolling back down from here. Inhale over shoulders and exhale. Release the arms, nod the chin down. Back to plank we go. We'll walk the hands back out. 3.5 big steps. Pushing through the palms and fingertips. Forehead parallel to the mat. And very gently we'll bring the knees down and tuck the toes and lower the hips like we did that first time we came down. Opening the throat, there's a little bend in the elbows. We breathe in and we breathe out, sitting back into child's pose, shoulder stretch, forehead down. Take a breath here as well. Pressing the armpits towards the mat. And then let's come back to hands and knees. So the thread through that we did before, we are going to do again. We're going to do it with the foot out to the side this time. Right foot comes out to the side, it's level with the left knee, and we're pushing through the left palm to lift the right arm. Inhale, stretch up to ceiling, and with the exhale, under that left arm. Ooh, breathing in to lift to ceiling, and breathing out to thread through. Just 2 more, big push through left palm as we lift with the inhale. Bend in the elbows as we exhale, and don't worry if you don't feel like you can get as low as you did the first time round. And let's just switch this over. So I'm a little bit close to the wall. I'm going to turn for a moment. Left foot out to the side. Right palm on the floor. We inhale, lift to ceiling. And we exhale as we thread. Just for 3. Breathing in to lift to ceiling. Breathing out as we thread it under. Pushing through the right palm as we lift. We have just 1 more of those. Inhale, reach to ceiling. And exhale to thread that through. I'm going to stay facing this way, bringing the knee back in, coming back to our down dog, our V-stretch. We tuck the toes, draw in the abdominals, inhale. And with the exhale, we lift the hips, lift the bottom. Pressing armpits to thighs again there. Pressing the heels towards the mat. If that's too much, you could always bend the knees a little bit more. Now the chin tucking under, and looking towards your belly. Let's take just 1 more breath here. We'll walk the hands back towards the feet, hanging over the legs for a moment, taking our inhale. And we use the exhale to bend, rounded spine, to come up to standing, stacking the spine, and back up we come. So we are going to come back to our squats once again, parallel feet. We are going to hold the squat this time. So let's inhale, bend, and exhale, press the palms towards the ceiling. Inhale overhead, and exhale to press that back up. Now we want a nice lifted chest as we do this one. The legs to be really steady, it really is just the arms that move. And we're going to do another 3. Inhale, reach, exhale back for 2. Feeling a little bit of heat in the legs, and the bottom, and the glutes. And then from there, let's just hold, taking breaths. And hold in for 3. For 2, and 1. We'll come back to standing from there. Okay, let's roll this back down once again. Lots of up and down today. We'll raise the arms as we did before. Breathing in to lift the arms. Breathing out, we release, snap the chin down. Back over the legs we go. We'll walk the hands out with big steps again. And then we're going to come right back into our V in just a moment. Let's stay in this plank for a sec. Pushing away from the mat. Breathe in, always breathe in. And then we're going to lift into V, into, well, down dog, V stretch, it's the same thing. We're lifting and we're lifting the right foot. We inhale. Exhale, bottom up. Right foot leaving the mat. And we're going to bring this right foot towards the bottom. We're starting to loosen the front of the thigh. We're still trying to press back through that left heel. We inhale, bend. Exhale to extend. Inhale, bend. And exhale to extend, really extending to the toes. You could have a heel lift and a bend in that left knee if it feels a bit too much with the heel back. And 1 more time, inhale, bend, and exhale to extend. And let's stay for the switch, bringing the right foot down, lifting the left foot towards the ceiling. Weight more in the heels of the hands than the fingertips. We inhale, bend the left knee. Exhale to extend to toes. Keeping as much lift through the left knee as possible, just the lower leg that moves. Inhale, bend. Exhale to extend for 3. For 2. And one more time, inhale, bend, exhale, extend. And we'll bring that left foot back down to the floor. We're going to return to our plank, inhale and exhale as you transition back to your plank. Looking for the hands here, pushing away from the mat. Steady breathing, we're holding for 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. We'll bring the knees down gently to the mat. Walk the hands back towards the knees. We're giving the wrists a little shake off there. And we're going to stay kneeling, but we'll bring the knees just a little bit wider here. So let's side bend. Let's get a bit of a side stretch on the go. We do want a nice tall spine. We're bringing the arms back a little bit, and we're going to inhale up and exhale over into that nice side body stretch. Breathing in, we raise the other arm. Breathing out as we draw over. Inhale up and exhale into the stretch. Big reach to fingertips with this one. A little bit of distance between the shoulder and the head. And let's do 3. I think I started on the other arm. And 2, inhale up. Exhale to bend. One more time, breathing in to lift and breathing out to draw that over. Okay, I'm going to bring you back to the end of the mat. So we have the hands nice and wide for this next one. We're going to come into child's pose for a moment. Hands as wide as the mat, knees apart and big toes together. We bring the forehead down, taking an inhale. And then as we exhale, we draw shoulders over hands. We're going to lower the hips, give the feet a little lift towards the bottom. Take an inhale here. And exhale, sitting the hips back, forehead back to that mat. Breathing in as we hold the stretches. And then breathing out through the movement. Lengthening through the neck, we inhale. And our exhale, sending bottom to feet, forehead to floor. Inhale, hold. And exhale to draw over. Inhale. And exhale, sit the hips back. Just 2 more, breathing in, pressing armpits to floor here. Breathing out as we transition, inhale. And exhale, back it goes. One more time, then breathing in, forehead down. And breathing out as we move. We'll stay here for a moment. If it's too much with the feet in towards the bottom, do feel free to lengthen the legs back out. Let's take another inhale. And once again, we'll exhale, sit in the hips back. Just take a breath there. And let's return to hands and knees then from here. So we are going to come back into the middle of the mat. And we're going to do some reaches here, some sort of Supermans. Superwoman, Superperson, abs engaged. And let's extend opposite arm to leg then. I'm going to start with the left leg extended, right arm. You can do the other side first if you prefer. Let's lift away from the mat, big reach here. I'm going to tuck under, we inhale. As we exhale, we draw under. And then as we inhale, we extend out. Breathing out as we draw under. Breathing in as we lengthen out the body. Exhale round. Inhale to lengthen. One more time, exhale round. And inhale to lengthen. We'll just hold for a moment. Left ear or right ear, ear above shoulder on the supporting arm. Last breath here. And we'll draw that back in. Let's switch sides. We might need to give the left wrist a quick shake off. Okay, so we are drawing in stomach muscles, other arm, other leg, reach in. And let's extend to fingertips, extend to toes. Ear above shoulder on the supporting arm. We inhale and we exhale round. Inhale to extend as much as possible with that reach. Exhale under. Inhale, we lengthen out the body. And exhale round. One more time, inhale to lengthen. And exhale to round under. Let's extend again, holding there. As much reach as possible, like you're being pulled by the hand, pulled by the foot. We'll take a final breath. And draw that back in from there. Okay, let's bring the weight back off the hands. Again, a little shake, a little wiggle for the wrists if we need it. And we are going to come back down to, well, all the way down to fronts from here. So make your way down nice and gently. We'll bring the forearms to the floor. And then we are with the elbows right underneath the shoulders here. We'll lengthen through the neck, and let's just press off the mat, bring the elbows off. We inhale. Exhale, elbows lift in. Inhale, elbows tap the mat. Exhale to lift. We don't want to come up so high that the elbow joints lock. Softness in those elbow joints. Chin above the shoulders. Oh, feeling that nice stretch. Let's do 3. Exhale, push. This should be waking up the triceps as well, the muscles in the backs of the arms. One more time. Exhale, push. And inhale to bring that back down. Lovely. Okay, we are going to come back up. I told you a lot of up and down today. Let's draw the forehead to the mat, chest, hands under chest, sorry. Big push into hands. And again, seat back on the heels. Taking a breath, taking a moment. Now we're going to come out nice and wide with the hands for our press-ups. So let's bring shoulders over the hands. And then with our press-ups, elbows driving outwards, abdominals engaged. We inhale as we bend. Exhale as we push. Inhale, bend. And exhale, push. We try not to bring the head down between the hands. We do really want to keep that weight over. Heart coming down between the hands each time. Let's do one more. Inhale, bend. And exhale, push. And then we'll sit back on the heels again. Take a breath. You can bring the forehead down or just sort of tuck the chin in a little. We're going to do this again. So back over the hands. Inhale as you bend the knees. Elbows drive out. Bend the knees, bend the elbows. Exhale to push for 3. See how close you can get the chest to the floor, or if that is a little bit of a smaller movement. One more. Inhale, bend. Exhale to push. Again, sit back on the heels. Take the weight out of those wrist joints for a moment. Deep breath. And let's do that one more time. So we had 12 press-ups then in total. Another 4 here. Inhale, bend. Exhale, push. 3. 2. And one more. Breathing in to bend. Breathing out to push. And we'll bring it all the way back to kneeling. Give the wrists a wiggle. Okay, I'm going to bring you down onto your back from here. So if you take a little roll over, we'll shuffle a little bit further forward so there's plenty of mat space behind us. Feet parallel, and then we're rolling down through the spine, either with the arms extended or with the hands behind the knees. We inhale. We exhale, starting to lean, rounding down, controlling this down to the floor, all the way down to mat. Let's bring in the feet. So we have the heels under the knees. We get the hips a little bit looser here. Let's extend the left leg towards the ceiling. And then we try and do this next exercise, the circle, without the movement rocking around the hips and pelvis. So you can hold the hips to support if needs be. We're going to go downwards. We'll go down, out to the side, back up. This doesn't have to be huge. Let's do 2 more. Breathing in, going downwards. Breathing out, back up and around. We switch directions. Inhale out, down, and exhale that back up. Quite a strong push into the right foot. So the right leg is nice and stable, as well as the hips and pelvis. One more. Inhale out, down, and exhale up. Bend the knee, bring that left foot down. Let's do the same for the right. Extend the leg, abs engaged, shoulders away from ears. Going downwards first, inhale down. Exhale that back up for 3. Really circling from the hip rather than the foot. One more time in that direction, inhale down. And exhale up, and we switch. Inhale out. And exhale up for 3. Stabilizing hips and pelvis, stabilizing left leg as much as can be. One more. Inhale out, lift, and exhale up. And let's bend the knee, bring the foot back down to the floor from there. We're coming into our bridge from here. So we're going to pull abdominals in, take a nice big inhale, a little bit of reach with the arms, and the exhale, we tilt and press, peeling the spine off the mat, coming up, keeping abs engaged as we hold at the top. And we're just going to take a moment here, just making sure you're not feeling weight on your neck, weight between shoulder blades. All the toes on the floor as well, squeezing into those glutes. Let's have a little dip. We inhale, dip. Exhale, up. Inhale, dip. Exhale, up. Now opening the front of the hips. Feeling that in the legs, the bottom. Weight as even as can be. And let's keep the muscles in the face nice and relaxed. Relaxed around the forehead, relaxed around the eyes. One more. Inhale, dip. Exhale, lift. Let's hold for a moment. Take an extra inhale. Still squeezing glutes. And with the exhale, we lower that all the way back down to the mat. Okay, we're going to bring the knees into the chest for a moment there. A little bit of movement, a little bit of rocking side to side. Take an extra breath, wiggle the feet a bit if you want to here. And then let's bring the feet back down to the floor. So we are going to come back into our bridge. We're going to do alternating knee lifts this time. So reach a little from neutral. We inhale. We exhale, tilt the pelvis, press into the feet, coming up. Squeezing glutes right away, and we're going to alternate. So we inhale, lift one knee up. And we exhale, bring the foot back to flat. Inhale, lift the other knee. Exhale, bringing the foot back to flat. Breathing in, lifting. Breathing out, lowering. We are really trying to keep the hips square to the ceiling. Hips and pelvis. The hips might want to rock and tilt a little bit, just watch out for that. Let's do a final 4. Inhale, lift. Exhale, down. 3, breathing in. Breathing out for 2. Inhale, lift. Exhale, lower one more time. Breathing in to lift. And breathing out to lower. Let's bring it back to all 10 toes on the floor. Inhale. And with the exhale, rolling down through that spine, one vertebra at a time. Let's bring the knees back into the chest from there. Shake off the legs a little bit if needs be. And we'll bring the feet back down to the floor. So we do want neutral spine. We've got a little curve in the lumbar spine, hips and pelvis sitting nice and flat, weight even down the center line of the body. And then we're grounded through the feet, pushing firm into the feet as well. We're going to take the arms over, maintaining a neutral spine as we inhale over. And we're going to exhale off the mat. Breathing in as we extend over. Breathing out as we lift. Inhale, extend over. And exhale, lift. In through nose over. Out through mouth, squeezing abs. One more time, inhale over and exhale to lift. Now let's stay lifted. We're going to extend a leg, inhale, lengthen. Exhale, bend. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, bend. Again, the pelvis, the hips stable. The knees are pretty much in alignment here, lengthening from knees to toes. Gap between chin and chest for 4. Belly's feeling a little bit warmer. The stomach's working for 2. And one more time, inhale, lengthen, and exhale, flat foot. Let's take an extra inhale, and the exhale will lower that all the way back down to the mat from there. We're going to draw one knee above the hip bone from here. So we're in a half tabletop position, floating the knee above the hip, and then we're just going to extend the leg away, lengthening to the toes, and bringing the knee back over the hip from there. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale to draw back in. Big push into right foot, stable right leg. We have just 2 more. Inhale, extend. And exhale it in one more time. Breathing in, we lengthen. Breathing out, we bend. Let's bring that foot down and let's switch. The knee up. We inhale, extend. Exhale, knee over hip. So nice and smooth with these movements, fluid movements, supporting legs stable, abs in, 2 more, inhale, extend. Exhale, bend, one more time, breathing in to lengthen, and breathing out to draw that back in. We'll bring the foot back down to the floor from there. We're going to come up to sit in. Let's inhale over, we're going to reach behind the knees with the exhale. Come all the way up to sit, nice tall spine, open the throat, take an inhale. And the exhale, we're rounding back, but we're staying here, I can't speak today. Let's bring the hands to sit just above the knees, and we'll inhale back, bringing the thumb sort towards the armpit. Exhale, center. Inhale, switch. Exhale, center. Just 4 of those. 3, 2, and one more time, legs steady, inhale back, exhale center. Let's take another inhale. We'll exhale, roll back down through that spine. We might need to bring the feet in a little bit closer, they usually slide away. So let's once again take the arms overhead, inhale over. We're going to reach behind the knees again to come up, exhale up. Coming up, stacking the spine, opening the throat, we inhale. And we exhale to lean this back, scooping abdominals up and in. Watch out for shoulders rising, chin above the shoulders. Inhale, we go back, do that again. Exhale, center for 5. For 4, the thumb towards the armpit, towards the shoulder, 3. And 2, inhale back. And exhale, center, 1 more. And let's draw back 1 more time, breathe in. Breathing out, rolling down through the spine, bone by bone. Bringing the feet back in if needs be as well. Okay, we are going to come up 1 more time into bridge. Inhale, exhale, tilt the pelvis. Press into the feet, hips coming up nice and high. And then from here, we're just going to do a little lift of the toes. Heels even, lift of the heels. Now, sometimes you feel like you need to bring the feet a little bit closer towards the bottom. Just make sure that lower back does feel supported. Squeeze your glutes, relax your arms. Let's just hold there, loosening the front of the hips after coming up and leaning back while we get those tighter hip flexors. So just 1 more deep breath will do lovely. Before we come down, we inhale. As we exhale, let's lower the heels. Draw down bit by bit through the spine. And we are going to come back up to sitting. We can rock up or roll over the shoulder, either or. Let's take a seat on the mat with the legs crossed or with the legs extended out in front of you if you prefer. And then I'm just going to take a moment for some twists here. Let's bring the arms out to the side. We inhale as we raise the arms. And we exhale, 1 arm forwards, 1 arm back. Breathing in as we raise the arms, breathing out as we lower. We have nice soft elbows, relax through the hands and the fingers. Inhale up and exhale that down just for 4 and 3, 2. 1 more time, breathing in to lift and breathing out to lower. And as always, we will finish our session with 3 deep breaths, fingers spread, palms to ceiling. Take an inhale as you raise your arms, and exhale, release, rounding the spine. For 2, breathing in, exhaling that out, and 1 more time, then breathing in to lift, breathing out to release down. Thank you very much for joining me on the mat today. I hope you enjoyed your workout. If you do want to repeat this a couple of times around, you can, but that should have got you feeling looser, more limber, and just a bit energized for the day ahead. Thank you very much. Take care. Bye.